What else are they going to raise? What else is going to go up?
Could it get more expensive to live in San Diego? We're previewing a proposal to raise water rates.
It's ridiculous right now.
Gas prices jumped 9 cents while you were sleeping. Why we're still using the more expensive blend of gas.
There's too much violencia.
More and more people are fleeing their countries and coming to San Diego. What's happening to these migrants?
The marine layer not quite as active to start off our Tuesday morning. It's leading to some cooler overnight temperatures. We'll talk about where we see the weekend headed. It's 6 a.m. on Tuesday, September 19th, and you're up with CBS 8.
This morning, hundreds of Kaiser nurses in San Diego are protesting what they say are unsafe staffing conditions. In fact, this is a live look in Claremont as they're getting ready right now. Nurses say they have dealt with understaffing for years, and any attempts to deal with solutions were met with, quote, stonewalling from leadership.
Yeah, as our photographer is there on this scene, you can see a lot of people gathering there under this tent. Some nurses believe the staffing issues were only made worse after Kaiser opened a new hospital in San Marcos last month, spreading staff even thinner. So they will be out there at Kaiser to protest with the union, as you see. In a statement, Kaiser Permanente saying their local medical centers are, quote, fully staffed in accordance with the state of California's mandated staffing levels for nurses. Kaiser Permanente has consistently been in full compliance with those levels. And in fact, we regularly staff at a higher level than the state's mandate. Kaiser also says that the picketing will not impact operations today.
Turning to this story now with water customers in the city of San Diego, you could soon see your rates rising by nearly 20%. Glad you're with us for the 6 a.m. hour. I'm Eric Connard.
And I'm Neda Iranpour. Now today, San Diego City Council will vote on whether to approve a rate hike. CBS 8's Chris Groh joining us live from downtown to explain the proposal. Of course, with so many prices going up in so many other parts of our lives, Chris, people have to wonder why now? Why with this?
Yeah, CBS 8 went and spoke with a number of people that say that this is not something that is going to help them make it, as they're already struggling to balance the checkbook, to make sure that the budget has enough money in it to make payments on other things like bills and rent, which is already so high here in San Diego. They say enough is enough.
It affects, people from the bottom up, not the top down. Anytime you increase rates, it's always the lower income that affects the first. This is going to affect them immediately.
So let's break down what this proposal, which is going to be voted on later today, will do. Water bills in the city of San Diego will go up nearly 20%, but it'll be broken up into two separate increases. The first one, a 10.2% overall increase this December, and then in January of 2025, another 8.7% increase over time. Now, San Diegans, again, that we spoke with say that they are going to feel the impacts of this. But the city says that this is necessary for a number of reasons. One, the rising cost of imported water. In fact, the San Diego County Water Authority, the region's water wholesaler, which provides the city with the most of its water supply, already raised their rates by over 9%. So part of this is to account for that. Also, the city says they want to take the revenue from this and to use it to help pay and replace and maintain aging pipes and other infrastructure, as well as help fund critical capital projects like the pure water sewage recycling system. Now, the City Council still needs to approve this before it's something that will actually go into effect. They'll be meeting about it later on today. We'll be sure to let you know what they do, so stay tuned with CBS 8, especially as we head into our midday show. Eric and Neda.
And Chris, in addition to possible rate hikes, we have been working for you for months looking into delayed water bills. San Diego Public Utilities customers have been missing water bills, and then without explanation or warning, they receive a ton of bills all at once, totaling thousands of dollars. Well, that is due to two factors: staffing issues and an outdated IT system, we're told. They've hired more people, but still have some open positions. And the IT system is undergoing a complete overhaul. Also, letters will start getting mailed out to customers impacted this month. And the city's auditor is also scheduled to get an update on the progress this month, and we will stay on top of it.
Cutting lunches, cutting dinners, and money's tight as it is, so yeah, we definitely need some help out here for sure.
Right now, San Diegans are taking another hit to their wallet with gas prices, and yes, they spiked again overnight. Today's average cost for a gallon of regular, look at this, $5.94. That's up 9 cents from yesterday and up 42 cents from just last week. So What's behind the spike, you're asking? When could we see some relief? Well, there's a Gas Buddy expert we spoke with. He says 4 major refineries have had issues in recent weeks. Also, Russia and Saudi Arabia have cut oil production. And California has to keep using the more expensive summer blend through October, even though the rest of the country is now on the winter blend. That's because the summer blend is designed to limit pollutants.
This morning, officials at the border continue to see an increase of migrants seeking asylum. Migrants who've been processed are being dropped off at transit centers, as we've been reporting here. But dozens of migrants who crossed illegally were also seen in Jacumba Hot Springs, waiting to be picked up to be processed. You see some of those images. CBS 8's Regina Urita went to the migrant campsite in Jacumba to find out what will happen to them.
Well, as of right now, Border Patrol has loaded up any migrants who are camping out here. But behind me, you can still see some of the belongings left behind in those makeshift tents that they built with anything that they could find out here. Now, off camera, Border Patrol says they consistently see asylum seekers in this area, but recently they've noticed an uptick.
No good. Oof.
Marco Antonio is a migrant from Peru. He's expressing why he risked traveling by foot after leaving his country. He believes his current situation is better than staying in Peru.
There's too much violencia.
He and other asylum seekers were so desperate to get into the United States, they crossed the border illegally. They've been camping in the Jacumba Mountains for days. They've been waiting to get picked up and processed by Border Patrol. By 6 p.m., Border Patrol officers had loaded Marco and several other migrants onto a bus to take them to a processing facility. Tents and leftover food were still seen at the migrant campsite.
Coming for Anita help, right?
Just last week, U.S. Customs and Border Protection temporarily closed the Ped-West border crossing. They say officers were needed to assist Border Patrol in processing the increase in migrants arriving at the border. For Marco Antonio, he says he has a proper documentation, and after a long journey, he hopes he can get legally processed in the U.S. soon. Regina Urita, CBS 8.
And now yesterday, Border Patrol dropped off 4 to 6 bus loads of migrants at the Iris Avenue Transit Center. Officials say they were screened and processed at the Ped-West crossing. As to where they'll go, right now migrant shelters in San Diego are overcrowded and the problem is growing.
Most of the individuals here just need to get to their airport, essentially. Most individuals are not remaining in San Diego. They are moving onward, so we're just guiding them.
County Supervisor Jim Desmond says as many as 2,300 migrants have been processed and released into the county in the last 4 to 5 days.
This morning, the city of San Diego is one step closer to closing Point La Jolla and Boomer Beach year-round. Now, the goal here, to protect the sea lions. The beaches are already closed for 6 months out of the year for sea lion pupping season, which runs from May to the end of October. A second reading will happen in less than 2 weeks. After that, the proposal will go to Mayor Todd Gloria. Now, if he approves it, it will go into effect 30 days after that.
And now it is 6:08, and it was so nice along the beach yesterday.
Yes.
Blue
beautiful.
skies,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then a few miles in, raining.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we started off the day with everyone seeing a little bit of that drizzle and that marine layer, but then very quickly we saw some inverse clearing, which essentially means that instead of those clouds moving from east to west and clearing in that direction, we saw those clouds move from west to east. So we saw the coastline clear first, and then inland valleys. Didn't really see all that much clearing yesterday, but they did get some of those partly cloudy skies as the day moved on. Across the board, though, temperatures remained cooler than average. That is how we are starting off our day today, cooler than average, and how we're going to end it, too. We expect our afternoon highs and overnight lows to remain in that very fall-like range. 72 along the coastline, 75 inland, and 73 out there for the mountains. The deserts are the closest to normal, about 95 this afternoon. But our valleys are where we're closer to 10 and in some cases nearly 15 degrees cooler than normal. When we look at your current temperatures walking out the door, when we don't have those clouds like this morning, we have much cooler temperatures. So you heard that right. We do not have as active of a marine layer this morning as what we had for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday mornings. Instead, this morning we have a few passing clouds out there, some low-level cloud development, but nothing that indicates that we're going to have an obstructed view of that sunrise that is already starting to take place. So gorgeous sunrise views that we have on hand, but in turn, because of the lack of clouds, temperatures are pretty chilly out there. It is 59 degrees in Oceanside, 58 in Chula Vista, 53 in Alpine. Julian and Campo are both in the upper 40s this morning, 49 for Julian and 45 for Campo. Ocampo. Compared to 24 hours ago, this time yesterday, across the board, we're seeing a much cooler start to our Tuesday morning than what we saw on Monday morning. And you can see why that is. Satellite radar showing how there's just a few clouds out there, nothing major. It's going to be a gorgeous day, sunny out there with partly cloudy skies, but temperatures, they're staying cooler than average regardless of that factor. The sun out there, not going to help to warm us up too much as we have a trough of low pressure starting to move onshore. We'll run into more details about that in just a few minutes and take a look at the 8-day forecast, what to expect in the coming days. Let's take a look at your border wait times. It's 6:10 on the clock right now in your San Ysidro port of entry. Ooh, you are waiting over 2 hours and 15 minutes to get from San Ysidro from Mexico into San Diego County. Otay Mesa port of entry, you're going to be waiting about an hour 20. Once you get into San Diego County, our highways are actually looking quite all right, but CBS8.com/traffic can give you more on any crashes or collisions, stalled vehicles that might be slowing down your morning commute. Back to you.
All right, still ahead here. What laboratory studies unveiled about those alleged alien bodies in Mexico?
You remember those? Plus, waves over 30 feet. We'll explain what caused this.
Hey, if he did this, why can't I reach my own dream?
Booster ignition.
Meet the first migrant farm worker in space.